Good morning, everybody, to this latest update of the morning wrap from Sports Today. It has been a very action packed IPL so far. We are nearing the 50 match mark in the IPL today. And if you look at it, it's been a series of chokes, it's been a series of high chases, it's been unexpected twists and turns. And what we are seeing at this point in time is most of the teams in the IPL are very much alive in the quest for the top four finish. Now, before I get to the match yesterday, let us look at the latest update on KL Rahul's injury status. Now, remember, KL Rahul suffered the injury during Lucknow Super Giants' loss to Royal Challengers Bangalore. And according to the latest reports that we are getting, KL Rahul has left the Lucknow Super Giants camp. He is no longer in the team at this point in time. The BCCI has taken over his case. Now, with the BCCI taking over the case now, KL Rahul's situation is like this. He is going to miss the entire IPL. But there is also fear that he is also not going to be there in the ICC World Test Championship. Now, in the World Test Championship final, we already knew that KL Rahul might be one of the backups. But now it looks as if, with his position now remaining vacant, who can be in the number 5 position? Who can be the potential keeper? So, if you look at it, KL Rahul is set to miss the entire IPL. He is set to miss the World Test Championship final. That is the latest update we are getting when it comes to his injury status at this point in time. Remember, when he tumbled down in that game between Lucknow Super Giants and Royal Challengers Bangalore, the injury already looked pretty serious. He was frustrated, he was struggling to even walk, and the decision for him to come out to bat, that too at number 11, I'm sorry, that didn't make sense at all. It not only compromised his fitness status, but it also compromised the team's situation at this point in time. Why would, if you couldn't run, if you just couldn't walk, why would you even want to come out to bat? So KL Rahul, in all essence, has been out, is officially out of the IPL. In effect, we can safely say he's out of the IPL. He's all but out of the World Test Championship final. That is a big, big blow for not just KL Rahul, but also in a way for India, because he would have offered the balance that's there at number 5. And remember, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, they all select themselves in the team at this point in time. Now, with KL Rahul's absence, maybe Ajinkya Rahane could slot in. Rahane at 5, then you may say KS Bharat at 6, and at number 7, you will have either of Jadeja or Ashwin, and depending on the conditions in the oval, maybe 4 pacers or 3 pacers, depending upon the conditions that are there at that point in time. Now, that is it about KL Rahul's injury. All but out of the IPL, in danger of missing the World Test Championship final as well. We all were criticizing KL Rahul's team, right? That they couldn't chase 36 of 30 balls and they lost that game. What do you say about Sunrisers Hyderabad's chances? 38 needed of 30, and if you look at it, they just fell short by 5 runs in that game against Kolkata Knight Riders yesterday. Sunrisers Hyderabad blew up a big, big chance to win for the second time against KKR. And remember, Kolkata Knight Riders are somehow, some way staying alive in this competition because of this win. And the heroes of that match yesterday were Varun Chakravarti and Vaibhav Arora. Vaibhav Arora has not had that much of experience when you look at the T20 setup, but he's bowled very well. He bowled really well, except for the 19th over in which he conceded no ball and 4 runs, but then he bounced back after that. But the star of the show was Varun Chakravarti. After conceding 12 runs in the first over, when he was hit for 2 fours by Aiden Markram, he bounced back with his mystery spin. He was bowling quicker. He nailed the lengths brilliantly. And that is why Sunrisers Hyderabad just could not get over the line. A lot of questions will be asked about Abdul Samad and the way how he managed to ensure that the chase was botched up, because he kind of took his time. And there was the drizzle factor also. At one point, Sunrisers Hyderabad were ahead by 1 run on the DLS par score. How do you botch it up? Ask Abdul Samad, ask Sunrisers Hyderabad. They botched it up in a spectacular way. And that is why Varun Chakravarti was saying that he was bowling quicker because he was fearful that the ball might slip out. It was getting really wet out there. The drizzle had increased, and that's why he said that he just tried to bowl it quicker. He just wanted to mix up the line and the lengths that were there. So he bowled a brilliant last over. 9 runs were needed. He just conceded 4 runs. That is how Varun Chakravarti has ensured that Kolkata Knight Riders are in still with a mathematical chance of making it to the top 4. Because remember, the top 4 race now has meant the washout between Chennai Super Kings and Lucknow Super Giants has meant that now teams from number 1 to number 8, they are all still separated by only 3 points. We look at it, 4 points. Gujarat Titans are facing Rajasthan Royals today, and any result there will have a massive churn when you look at the IPL, because when you look at Gujarat Titans, if they win, they can establish a gap. But if Rajasthan Royals win, then the gap further reduces. And because of that, you could see 2 teams on 12, 2 teams on 11, and the rest are on 10 points. That is how close the IPL is becoming. So Varun Chakravarti's exploits has meant that Kolkata Knight Riders are in still with a chance. But tougher challenges await for them. On the other hand, Sunrisers Hyderabad, they look the best team on paper, just on paper. But because of that now, they have self-destructed, bad team combinations or any other, you may point out a lot of factors. So that's why they are in big trouble when you look at the IPL at this point in time. Now from cricket, let us shift our attention to other sports. And Erling Haaland, I mean, he has broken the record for the most goals scored in a season of the Premier League. And he broke a 2-decade-old record that was set by Alan Shearer. And that's why now Erling Haaland, the impact that he's had for Manchester City this season, it is tremendous. And Manchester City somehow are still in the top spot, but they still have a game in hand. And that's how Arsenal's chances now are looking pretty bleak at this point in time. Erling Haaland, I mean, what can we say about him? A fantastic performance. And remember, from the next week onwards, say from 19th May onwards, you're going to see the UEFA Champions League semi-finals happen. So he will be very crucial even there. Now, Manchester City are the only team that are in the Premier League that can dream of a treble. Because remember, they are playing the FA Cup final, they are in the Champions League semi-final. They can very well go on to win the Premier League yet again. So kudos to them for ensuring that they are putting on a splendid performance indeed. From football, let us shift to tennis. And what a feel-good story this is. Rohan Bopanna. Take a bow. At the age of 43, he has become a world record, let me tell you. He has become the oldest player to win an ATP 1000 title when he won in Madrid. At 43 years of age, Rohan Bopanna, just like Leander Paes, continues to redefine the way how doubles tennis is played. And so he has become the oldest to win the ATP 1000 title in Madrid. And it's because of that now Bopanna is in an elite club. He may do well in the French Open also, that starts in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But it is very important now that Rohan Bopanna continues his merry ways, because Indian tennis now needs a guiding light. And remember, Bopanna is not getting any younger. He's 43. After he goes, what next for Indian tennis? This is the last glorious chapter that we have seen from that generation onwards. Pace, Bhupati, Sania Mirza, Rohan Bopanna, those four individuals redefined the way how tennis is played in India. And unfortunately, with Bopanna now in the last phase of his career, who knows what might happen for him. So Bopanna, congratulations to him for becoming the oldest player to win the ATP 1000 title in Madrid at this point in time. Now let us shift our attention to the wrestlers' situation. Now you remember, the Supreme Court has closed the proceedings, and that is why the wrestlers are not disappointed. They said that the Supreme Court just cannot ask any agency to go and arrest it. They want the investigation done, but they want justice to be served. The scuffles that broke out between the Delhi police and the wrestlers once again presented a very ugly chapter. When you look at this, in the quest for justice, you will see these kind of ugly confrontations that are there. Now, who is at fault? Are the wrestlers at fault? Was Delhi police high-handed? It's an open question. I mean, many will argue that it was a high-handedness of the Delhi police. Many will say that the wrestlers, since one of their demands has been met, why are they still protesting? They are still protesting because Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, the sidelined WFI chief, has not yet been arrested. An FIR has been registered. That is one of the major demands that has been met. But he has still not yet been arrested. Complaints were taken of 7 of the female wrestlers, including one who was a minor. Now, because of that, he's been charged under the Prevention of Child Offence Act, POXO. He's been charged under POXO, one of the FIRs. So that is why it is going to be a very, very big standoff now. The standoff is only going to intensify in the coming days, and that's why it's not a good feeling indeed. The wrestlers now want Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh arrested. But how will the authorities go about it? Because now it's taken a very overtly political tone. And this is where somewhere down the line, the wrestlers' demand for justice may have been compromised, unfortunately. So whether action is taken in the coming days, we don't know. But if it doesn't happen, we are only going to see this intensify. Remember, the wrestlers are going to miss one more major world meet. And it is because of that now it is going to be a very uphill task for all of them to either qualify for the Worlds, for the Asiad, and then for the Olympics. Because remember, Asiad is in September, the Worlds are also around the same time, and then you are going to see the Paris Olympics in 2024. Lots to ponder about, lots to think about when it comes to the wrestlers' situation. They are going to sit in, the agitation is going to continue. They are not disappointed with the Supreme Court verdict. But remember, one of the main demands is still yet to be met. Will that happen? We shall see. So it's been an action-packed morning wrap from Sports Today, and today it is going to be a single header at the Savai Man Singh Stadium, Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals. Following that, we will head into a super weekend wherein we'll have double headers, we'll have lots more action coming up. I mean, the first, if you look at it, it's part 2 of the El Clasico rivalry, Mumbai versus Chennai. That is going to happen on Saturday, and then you will see plenty of upheavals in the points table. After the end of this week, we will have an even clearer picture as to who the top 4 could be and what the teams will need to do in order to ensure that they come to the top 4. We will be doing a special video on that pretty soon. So subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Tap that bell icon so that you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.